What's up, folks? I'm back again. Peace and blessings to you wherever you are. I did want to talk about this as well. I just want to, like I said, connect the dots, and I have to hit the nail over the head each time I get up on here because I feel like these are very um, important topics. I think it's very crucial that I talk about this stuff because um, some may know already, and like I said, I'm just trying to draw connections to what you guys may already know or maybe not know. And then also, I just want to caution everybody, no matter who you are. You understand what I'm saying? Because these are very perilous times that we're living in. So there's no time to play. I did want to talk about, I want you guys to keep in mind about how the devils on patrol are spiritually and psychologically using their children as shields, right? And what I mean by that is that I don't know if you've seen, but I'm pretty sure you have, right? When you're out and about and you'll see some of these devils on patrol, they'll be with their children. Some will have their babies in the stroller, or they'll have them by the hand, And I feel like it's so interesting that they are actively using their children as spiritual shields in a way because a lot of them, they have this perception that, well, my child is innocent. So, and before I get into that, I want to say this. So we know that his people are, the Most High's people of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are scattered across the four corners of the earth, right? So there's not just plagues happening just in one spot, right? It's happening across the four corners of the earth because its people are situated there, right? And you can see reference the biblical stories where you've seen the Most High lead his people to sojourn, and then you've seen him bring plagues upon that land, right? Exodus is a big example of that. And then you'll see that play out throughout scriptures, you understand, because the truth is that the Most High, he has to make it known to the wicked whom the earth has been given into the hands of, right? He has to make it known who he is all the time so that they never forget, even though a lot of them are cultists, right? And they are worshiping the fallen. So they already know that they've denounced the one and true only Elohim. But they're still going to do what they need to do so that they can still reap the benefits of their heaven, which is now earth right now in darkness, right? This is the only heaven that they're getting. And in their warped, demented minds, they believe that, well, my child is innocent and God loves all innocent children. I'm sorry. I had to laugh on that. Because you guys really believe, see, this is what I'm saying though. This is how I know some of them don't read. And if they did read, they're misinformed. And if they know, then you already know that they think that they are attempting to try to, like I said, snake the Most High, thinking that he doesn't know their beginning and end. And then he doesn't know what you're going to do in the middle to try to alter how your end is going to look. He knows everything. You understand? He does. We're living, like I said, we're all living inside of his head. That's what the universe is. It's all in his head. So he has a microscopic scope on each and every last one of us and everything that he has created. You understand me? So don't think for one second that you're special or somehow you're hidden from him. And this is one reason why he has his people scattered everywhere too, because we are his eyes. Anything that we see and witness and go through, he sees. He has firsthand knowledge of it. So for these people to think that, oh, well, God loves all innocent and all children are going to heaven because they're innocent and they can do no wrong. And once again, I have to keep going back to the fact that they are spiritually using their children as shields. You understand what I'm saying? Because once again, they do not want to really feel the heat of the Most High's wrath for real, even though they know it's coming. So you got some who believe, well, I know I don't have a chance in heaven, right? They know they're not going because they refuse to change, and they're in too deep, right? They refuse it, and they've already denounced him. So there's no going back after that. You understand what I'm saying? There's no going back after that. Once you renounce him and you go on and you follow in the wicked ways of your forefathers and foremothers, and you're worshiping the fallen, there's no coming back from that. You like it and you love it. You understand what I'm saying? But they feel like they are somehow trying to snake the Most High by having children and then putting their children in our faces, because there's multiple symbolisms with that. They not only want us to have empathy and sympathy towards them, because once again, wherever we are, the Most High is. And once again, he's going to make it known who he is forever, no matter where we go. But then he also wants them to recognize and know that, hey, these are my people, and y'all better know that, yeah, I allow certain things to happen to them. I allow them to be afflicted, but it's only to perfect them. But don't think for 1 second that you're going to get out of order and really do them something bad, because then I'm going to show up and show you. And what's so interesting is the fact that these cultists alone, well, I guess I have to start with them, because the cultists alone, they already know that they don't have a chance in heaven. They're determined to go to the lake, and they know that that's where they're going. They're proud to go together, right? They all have taken a consensus together in that oath, right, in darkness, to go ahead and renounce the Most High of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then go and worship the so-called Hamashiach that they worship and created, right? And whatever deities, right? The fallen. So they know where they're going, and they're happy to go there. But then also, they know that the Most High is such a pleasant of surprise. He's a pleasantry of surprise. So they really don't know when their time is going to come, because he can take them out instantly. You understand what I'm saying? But their hopes are for the future is that, okay, well, I know I don't have a chance in heaven, but at least my child will, because they're innocent and, they don't know any wrong. You understand what I'm saying? At least the Most High will grant them mercy and peace to still be able to stay on the earth a little bit longer than I have. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to show them philanthropy. I'm going to show them how to micromanage their money and where to put it, put it into HBCUs, you understand, pour them into all these different organizations, nonprofits, so on and so forth, you understand, just to still try to get them to linger around on the earth, because that's what it's about. This is their heaven, right? So their intent is to still, and this mindset, once again, I have to go back to the idea of this mental illness, which is spiritual dissociation, which has obviously everything to do with the fallen. So it's still them thinking that, oh, okay, well, we'll never return to heaven. We'll never be able to ascend upon will to heaven unless we are summoned. And we'll never be in the Most High's presence. You understand what I'm saying? Not by our own volition, at least. And we'll never have real holy duties anymore, because we've been stripped away from all of those holy victuals. So they're like, okay, well, at least my child will have a chance, my spawns in heaven. And I'm here to tell you guys that that is not true. That is not true at all. You understand? It is not true at all, because they know that wherever we are scattered, all we got to do is drop some tears to our Father, fast and pray, and it's on. It is on. And they know that. That's why I don't understand why you guys are attempting to do that. But I get it. You want us to become like you. You do. You want us to become like you, and you want us to just be traumatically fragmented beyond repair, so that you'll really have us in the space where you need us. Right? That's just what it's about. But as long as we keep playing our cards correctly, keep on going on your face, bowing down, praying, fasting, crying out to him. You understand? He loves that. He's going to always acknowledge you, because whenever we do that, we literally, our spirits are literally connected to him in heaven, and we are in heaven technically, even though we're physically still down here. That's a connection that they will never have. You understand? And they experience it through delusive and hallucinogenic moments, like breath work and yoga and meditation and, sound bathing and things like that, which is so far away from the Most High. Like, he doesn't require all that. He does not require all that. You understand? But I'm here to tell you that if you really believe that you can throw your children out there in the face of adversity that you refuse to face because you don't want to change and you want to remain wicked, and then on top of that, you still want your child to be wicked too, what do you think is going to happen? You've already cursed them. They're already pretty much halfway damned if they're not already damned. You understand what I'm saying? If you didn't make them pass through the fire, that's what the scriptures talk about. You're making your children pass through the fire. What do you think that this is? And I also want you to take into account when I brought up the fact that these are all symbolic things that they're doing when they bring their children around you in public to participate in this. These are rituals. You're already making your child pass through the fire. You think that that's going to spark sympathy? When the Most High rains his wrath? No, he's going to get them just because he knows that you know. And then you think that your intent is going to be, oh, well, I know I'm wicked, but please spare my child. No. Do you remember what happened in the days of Noah? How many children do you think died then? Hey, I'm just being honest. This is the same Elohim. Yesterday, today, and forevermore, he does not change. So why do you think that today is any different? I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. I don't care about you bringing your children in front of me. Because at the end of the day, it's not what I say. I did not write the book. He wrote it. You understand me? So I can't say who's gonna be spared and who's not. I'm not going to lament to him to spare your children. Absolutely not. That's what you have a mouth for. You went and laid down, whipped out your wanga, opened up your legs, and hit the skins, and had that child, one after the other for some of you. So that don't have anything to do with me. You knew what you was doing. And you know still what you're doing to this day. So now all of a sudden you think what? We supposed to lament to the Most High to spare your children when his wrath really comes pouring down? Get out of my face. You had them damn children. And you know what's so sad is the fact that you're cursed. And because you're cursed and you pass through the fire, your children are now cursed. So if they live long enough to grow up, you've already cursed them and their path. So they're going to have hell regardless. You understand what I'm saying? So you've already damned them before they can even make a decision of their own. This is what passing through the fire really is. And I want everyone to understand this, that the Most High is merciful. You understand? He does not take pleasure in destroying you, not when you can change. But see, that's the problem. Y'all don't want to change. Anytime you got people who's out here doing this, and I've seen children, their own children, that they've schooled, gave a lesson to on what to do. I've seen them do this. So this is how you really know. And I've seen a multitude of children do this. I ain't got no reason to lie. I see the spirits upon your children as well. But I mean, what do you expect? These are all familiar spirits. Y'all are basking in the ambience of darkness. So I expect your children to wear those same spirits that you're wearing. That's what's so fucked up. But I don't give a damn how many children you put up in my face. At the end of the day, the Most High is the one who made it stick. I'm talking about the words. So I don't make the rules. You understand? So you can't go through me, because there was already somebody who already said it and made it plain. You got to go through him. And you've already denounced him. You've already renounced him. You've already put yourself far away from him. Right? So what do you think you did for your child? You're not giving them an opportunity to choose. Absolutely not. Like I said, it's already set in stone. So if y'all really believe that somehow just because you're having children, that your child has a chance, I'm just saying, logically, you got to think about this. If you're cursed and you're making your child pass through the fire, what are you already doing for your child's path? You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, this is the separation of the wheats and the tares. So at the end of the day, a lot of you are just having tares at this point. You're not having wheats. And that's just the reality. The Bible said that there will come a day where literally you will bring about brutes, beasts. And that's exactly what you have today. These children can't read worth a damn or count. And that's what's so sad. But you love your child? And then they'll have them on patrol with them. Because a lot of those children are the ones that they're going to actually sacrifice to. And then they know that I know. So, hey, I don't have no sympathy for that. I feel bad. Yeah, I do. Because it's like, damn, like that child's not even going to know that they're going to end up dead because their wicked parent wants to live longer than them. That's what's so sad. And they think that that's normal. That's what's so sad. Like, you literally just had a child just so you can sacrifice them to demon gods and you can remain here on earth. See, and this is why I said that a lot of y'all need to be sterile. Absolutely. I am for sterilization when it comes to that point that I'm trying to make. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. This is the reason why the Most High was closing up wombs. This is the reason why he was making men infertile and women. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. Somehow you guys think that you're going to cut corners around the Most High's wrath, his judgment. By what? Oh, let me just have a lot of children. Because that way it'll save my genetics. That way my children will have a place in heaven because they're innocent. No, they are not. Not if you're making them pass through the fire. I want you to understand this wholeheartedly. And if you don't believe me, please refer back to the text because it is there. Okay? And scriptures actually tells you, especially when your child develops intelligence, to be able to choose right from wrong. I'm not going to tell you, you go and you look it up. I'm just letting it be known. I mean, like, for us, we already know this stuff. I'm just saying, I'm not saying the children of the light. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking about the cultists and stuff who watch my videos and listen, you know, on repeat, takes clips, changes it. You know, you guys create your little secret groups. You're using AI, incrimination, right, to create false videos off of my pictures, off of my voice, to make it seem like I said this, I did this, and then you're laughing and cackling in darkness, thinking that I don't know that you're doing that. See, I know how you guys think. I actually know you a lot better than you know yourself, because I know how far out into the cosmos your mind will go, and I know how low through the depths of the deep you will slump and be so desperate to figure out a way to save your little wretched life. I know. I've been here long enough to know that. And this is no boasting or anything like that. I'm just letting it be known. All praises and thanks to the Most High of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm glad he gave me this wisdom. And he gave me the abilities. Because I have not used them against you. Except for when I needed to, or when he instructed me to do so. And that's that. You understand? So don't think that you can use your child as a spiritual shield and psychological shield. You understand? To try to stop you from judgment. And don't act like you really give a damn about those children. Because if you really cared, and I'm going to tell you this also, if you, not only if you really care, but if your superiors, the ones who are instructing you to do this, whom you claim has threatened your life and your family's life to do this, if you really cared about your children's safety, if you cared about their future, you wouldn't be trying to snatch someone else's. You wouldn't be trying to ruin somebody else's family. Come on now, you better talk about it. So no, you can't use that on Judgment Day, okay? Don't try to use that to get a cop out. Nope, it's not gonna work because you got somebody like me down here. And I know how y'all think. I know. We all do. So yes, once again, children of the light, we are scattered across the four corners of the earth. So they know that we have spiritual gifts, just like they do. Theirs are tainted, obviously. Ours are heightened, as long as we stand with the Most High, right? In all things and acknowledge Him and give thanks and praise to Him. Okay? He will never forsake us. We just have to always remember Him and abide by Him as best as we can. I keep telling you guys, that's the key word, is best. As best as you can, right? But He knows us just like He knows those wicked people. They think that somehow they're getting away with doing this because He's allowing that. Yeah, this is your heaven. Go ahead and have fun as much as you want to. But don't think for 1 second that you can't get got either. Because the same people you running with, whom you think is your best friends, whom loves you, and you want to try to throw that in our face like, oh, my family loves me, and you know, people in the world, I have friends, I have a life, and your family doesn't love you, and some of them don't know you, will never know you, and they hate you, blah, 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 right? They want to throw that in our face, but wait and see. They'll be getting snaked, or they'll be snaking the same ones that they claim to love. Once again, the children that you guys are parading around. And I'm going to say this too. Okay? I'm going to say this too. Don't think that you have these people who are devils on patrol just out here just trying to teach their children how to be wicked or more wicked than them, right? I want you to also keep in mind, because I said it's a multi-dimensional symbolism that they try to send, because they think that, you know, our senses are not cueing into that many symbolisms at once, but that's just how we think. You understand? A lot of us do, which is why we're able to be on point, because that's how the Most High Spirit is. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like the cherubs who see in every direction. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's our thinking is like that, because that's just how a spirit is. It's to be on guard. It's to be ready, just like the lion or the lioness, right, in you. So you just got to be ready, you know, and your senses are going to go up immediately. So I want you guys to keep in mind that when these devils on patrol are out with their children, they also are advertising, you know, their children off to all the other pedophiles and the other cultists that they're in unison with in darkness. You know that, right? They sure are. Come on now. That's the reason why they will dress their children up skimpy like that. It doesn't matter what gender the kids are. They're doing that, and they're advertising them off to each other as well. Secretly, though. It's a ha-ha moment as well. And then it's also to still try to seed that into your consciousness, because they've already spreaded all these lies and rumors about us anyways. So that's also to still try to rub off on us in a negative way. But it's like, ew. Like, I could never. That's what you guys do. Disgusting. Stay the fuck away from me. And I make it known. I make it known. I don't care about your little fake hellos and have a good day, have a great day. Fuck you. And you can go wherever my finger is going. And that's that. So I don't want no parts of y'all. None whatsoever. Like I said, once again, don't think that you can flash your child in front of me and think that that's going to sprout any type of ounce of sympathy for you. I feel bad because it's like, damn, like this is a young soul that's not even matured. But you know, what could I do? I'm thankful. I'm rejoicing that I don't have any children because, whoa, I can only imagine what you guys would do to mine. I'd be taken up out of here real quick because you would have me. You would already have me. That would be the reason why you would take me out, is because you would try to do something to my child. I know that for a fact. And that will never happen. Because I'll be dead and gone and you'll still have my child raping them, beating them, selling them, sacrificing them. Maybe not yet, but I'm just saying, you know, eventually that's the goal. And this is what I'm gonna close with. If you really believe that these children are that innocent, because they may be innocent looking, and they may be innocent appearing, and they may be innocent right now, as people say. According to them, they're saying this. I don't believe that because I already know how this works. So the cultists know that if they're taken out of here, which they will be, but I'm saying if they're taken out of here early, where do you think that life force is going to go? It's going to go into those same children. Hello. You already made them pass through the fire, so of course those children are going to be the ones that assume your life force energy if you're taken out of here early. Of course. So that means that whatever familiar spirits, demons that you had up in you are going into your children. And then you're saying that they're innocent. And God loves all the innocent, which means that all of the children are going to heaven. Like I said, you better go back and read. That's all I got to say. Because I want y'all to understand this wholeheartedly. Oh, I have a tender heart for children. I do. Because I just know a lot of them are going through way worse things than what I went through. You understand? And I don't envy their childhood, because the truth is that I'm actually glad that I was given the childhood that I was given. You understand? Because it made me bolder, it made me stronger, it made me, mature. You understand what I'm saying? And I know the type of person that I am today. I know exactly who I am, and nobody can tell me who I am. I don't give a damn how many symbols you send, how many shirts you wear, all of that. You guys don't even know me. Like, I don't even give a damn. Live long enough, and the Most High will definitely show you exactly who we are. Okay? He's going to show you exactly who we are to him and what we mean to him. So live long enough, survive long enough on the earth, and you're going to see exactly who the fuck we are. That's all I got to say. Peace and blessings to my people. I love you. Stay prayed up, steadfast, stay diligent, stay vigilant, and most of all, do not let these devils take you out of character. You understand? Because that's just what they want to do. And don't let them send any type of sympathy bombs or empathy bombs your way. You understand what I'm saying? Because they'll do that. They're so desperate and famished for an outcome that could potentially lead to your demise, and they will use a child. You understand what I'm saying? They will use a mild-mannered woman. They will use an old man if they have to. You understand? So you just got to be on your P's and Q's and have your discernment antennas up at all times. You understand? And that's all I got to say. Peace to you.